Okay, that's going. This. So I'm just gonna watch a little YouTube, and I'm going to, I'm going, not try. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of editing for my YouTube channel because I'm doing live streaming right now, yes, but I'm also trying to. Oh, see the shaman Durek. He's always talking about don't try and do. I'm trying a new format. What is that, kitty? Mitten. And you even get bring to front. Oh, okay, right. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, let's see if this works. There we go. So if you open your camera, your webcam, in a browser, it will actually take precedent over that webcam and use it to broadcast to you. And so if you have OBS open, oh shit, I think I might need to stop the stream. Webcam. Yeah, I'm not showing up. It's because, oh man, I was just sitting there talking. Okay, yeah, so I got my webcam back up. I was like, oh, explaining all this stuff about the Helm of Awe. So yeah, this Helm of Awe that's around me is actually, it's a cooler of the Viking symbols because these are these are probably not actually even Viking symbols. One of the ones that's really popular is this one. This is called a Vegvisor. And this is actually like only a couple or a few hundred years old. It's used in old Icelandic magic, and they are magical staves that are meant to like give you good luck and different. They have different properties. But anyways, it's Icelandic old magic, which has got a severe layer of Christianity wrapped around it. So, that last symbol I showed you, the Vegvisor, is probably not very Viking, really. But they always show it on Viking shields. And even this Helm of Awe, this one is a little older. If you're interested in these symbols, look up Dr. Jackson Crawford on YouTube. He is a professor of Norse literature and Old Norse language. I've watched a lot of his videos, and I've learned a lot about Vikings and old and Proto-Germanic people and Yamnaya, Proto-Indo-European people, Yamnaya. But anyhow, this Helm of Awe that's around me, it was the account. One of the accounts of it is that you actually like mark it into your forehead, and it's not. I think it actually says that you have to cut it like with a knife into your forehead. The original symbol is not as complex, so it probably wouldn't have been that bad. It didn't have all these little X's, these little cross things. It was just like, and it only had 2 branches at the very end of these little staves. But yeah, so I'm still trying to set up my camera here. It's cool. The veg visor, or the helm of awe changes. So I've got hotkeys now. Browser open. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna watch a little bit of my YouTube's Breadtube, which is leftist YouTube content where people are just talking. I'm listening to my buddy Vosh. He's talking about making friends, and this is like 8 months ago, 10 months ago maybe. And it's funny because, oh, I didn't even make a screenshot for this. It's fine. Oh wait, here, I can make a screenshot really quick. Okay. And who are you to disagree? Ooh. Okay, there's a simple screenshot. Let's put it. I'll make a better one later, but this will do for now. What? Oh, for fuck's sake! I need to. There we go. Crop and save. It wasn't cropped. There we go. No, it's not for kids. And I'm not going to worry about the keywords because apparently they don't do anything. Okay, come on, save. When I'm streaming, everything's really slow. So yeah, this morning I'm just I'm trying to do this new experiment. I have a hard time doing my own work, like editing my YouTube videos and things like this, because I don't know, I just don't have that discipline like Jocko, the Navy SEAL guy, has. Maybe that's why I'm not a Navy SEAL. Never became a Navy SEAL. I don't know. I'm lazy, okay? And I just don't have the discipline. So I'm trying this kind of new experiment. And what I'm doing... up. I'm going to switch to my other YouTube account so I can watch. And Twitch... Yeah, I haven't even taken a shower yet, anything. I'm just, I spend my mornings kind of like watching YouTube or just like, you know, doing whatever. I don't usually game. And so I thought maybe, not like, so basically here's my theory. If I am streaming, then even though nobody's really watching these streams yet, someday they will be. And I'm preparing for that day. Why sit around and wait to get viewers so that you can start streaming, right? So I'm just streaming, whatever. But also, if I'm just by myself and I'm just sitting there, oh, so you can't edit this. Okay, that's fine. Just a minute. Okay, here's Mr. Vosh.
I'm doing it. Nut Cream asks, thinking of starting a stream/YouTube to help spread leftist ideas, but I'm nervous to do so.
Oh, this is
I don't ever feel like I'll be ready to answer things in the way you and Vosh can. Any advice? I am going to make this video into the go-to treatise as to get advice about how to make leftist content online.
Oh, here we
and
go.
how to be successful.
Alex Jones on Husuni.
Alex Jones. Oh, yeah.
He's funded by Gulf dictators.
Oh, that's where he got the name is Hassan from.
George Soros and Google. He wears jackets that say bash fascists.
Okay. He wears jackets that say bash fascists. Whoa. Okay, I'm just trying to put all these windows. Oh no. My headphones are dying. Oh, the cat's out there playing. So what I was saying. I don't know how anybody could just sit here and like watch me with my disjointed conversation. But anyhow, what I am trying to do is basically hold myself accountable to working on these things. And if I'm streaming, right, well, I know that someone could potentially be watching me. And also all these are recorded, so someone could go by later. And I'm, you know, I may not be getting that much done. Oh, shit. Man. No. Yeah, I think so. Oh. I know. I've been letting her play outside every day. Really? But yeah, she no, it's okay. It's fine. Just let her out, and you know, she just runs back home when she's scared. She's very shy. She's like, she doesn't like. She wants to be friends, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll find her like when I'm getting ready to bring her inside. Yeah. I'll find her sometimes like hiding like there.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I don't leave the door open all the way because big flies fly in here. But I just kind of like barely close it. Yeah. Hello. Oh. It's okay. No, it's okay. Oh, you're just being territorial. It's like, let go of me. Yeah, it's okay though. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, they'll eventually get used to each other, or maybe they won't, and then they'll just always run from each other. But I think it'll happen. Yeah, you can go. You can go out there. Be careful. Here, I'll just leave it a little closed. Yeah, there you go. That was funny. We just had an altercation with the cat downstairs because she's a little more territorial than Mitten, and she I just heard a meow, and then she came running in here because she's trying to make friends, but the other cat's like, get away from me. So yeah, basically what I was saying was if I'm broadcasting myself out, then I'm kind of like held accountable, at least to myself, you know what I mean? Because like I know that I may not be getting a lot of work done, but I'm making intention. I'm like, I'm going to broadcast this, I'm going to work on this, and even if I only get like 20 minutes done, if I do that every day, that can add up. And the thing about those doing micro tasks, there's been some other videos I've watched about microtasking and stuff. And basically all it means is that you are you're doing little things every day. You like, rather than just doing like a lot every few days, you're doing a little bit every day. And the thing is, each day you do it, the idea is that you get sort of used to working on it, and you're kind of like, oh, I just did 15 minutes. Okay, nice. Well, you know, like today, maybe I'll do like 20 minutes. And then like the next day, you're like, maybe I'll do a half an hour. And then pretty soon, even though you're not getting paid for this work yet, you still have a habit and a rhythm of it. And then eventually, when you start getting paid, then you'll be in practice of you know, getting your goals done. Because that's another thing. Sometimes you get paid for what you do, and it's still hard to do it. Okay, so I'm still trying to set up these browsers here.
Donald Trump has been holding crowded, maskless rallies throughout the country. One of the latest ones was in Omaha, Nebraska.
My friend hates this woman's voice. She's pretty annoying. Anna Kasparian. The only reason I look at their videos is because no. The only reason I look at their videos is because oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Because they always, the news that comes out about the Trump administration, they hate Trump so much. They always have, they release the news really fast, and sometimes it's a little biased, of course, because they hate him so much. But so I just watch the clip, and then their opinion on it, I usually just skip and like whatever, dude. Okay, so let's get rid of that browser. Okay, I want to see this Hassan guy.
Wait, is this real? What the fuck? When is this from, dude? How did you find this, dude?
And has a club in his hand. He's a young Turk. They tasted the blood of 1.5 million Christian Armenians.
Hassan wasn't.
And they'll taste man flesh again.
I mean, he probably still is, but
if they have their way, bow, submit, turn your weapons in. To the nephew of Turd Breath, Sink Turd Breath, Hassan.
Oh my god! This is so cool! Oh my god! Oh, this is the best birthday gift ever, dude! Alex Jones!
Hassan Pecker.
Birthday.
Can't make up that name. That's his name, Hassan Picker. And if you're a radio listener, you can't see it.
Oh, it's only one browser window.
He's got his red stars, his Antifa flags, his communist flags, and he's got his baseball bat, and he's going to call you a fascist, even though he's funded by the Nazi collaborator George Soros, and he's going to attack your daughter like they did out in Oregon.
Oh! I'm dying! This is literally this is the dream. He's talking about how I'm gonna have sex with your daughter, dude. Oh, that's so cool. He even said that.
He's gonna
like, this is like a cameo.
There we go.
Okay, this is like if you paid Alex Jones $1,000 to do a cameo. This is the best cameo that he could ever make.
Chase women down. That's what he's pushing,
okay.
and uninterrupted
chase women
for
down.
the Young Turks members. And this is the sexy death porn, the sexy terror porn.
Destroy the child, corrupt them all.
And their desperation as America's pulse comes back, and as we stand up against the Chi-Coms and defend the Second Amendment and rediscover God and family. Hassan Pecker of the Young Turks declares that America deserved 9/11, close quote, praises brave soldiers who took Representative Crenshaw's eye. Isn't that just darling? Oh, when you go to a Young Turds event, they always go, there's a big crowd because they don't have any viewers. but it's the Google set. It'll be the Google event. So let's hear from Mr. Picker.
This is so insane.
Oh, hit pause. Hit pause. Back it up. I forgot. He's real jealous that Joe Rogan, who, by the way, is a super libertarian right-winger, he just knows how to, you know, survive in L.A., I guess. Really smart guy. That's why I get mad at Joe, because he's as smart as I am or smarter. He knows all this stuff, obsessed with it. He knows more than I do in some cases.
Okay.
And he plays dumb. And I've told
so this is Lightworks.
But anyways, he has the congressman on, and Pecker is mad that he has this tiny audience. So he thinks, well, I'll attack him and say something really scandalous.
This is or it's free to use. I think it's open source.
Oh, that's so sad,
editing software.
Because I'm so sad
poor,
in comparison to what my audience looks like now. In comparison to Alex Jones's audience. Oh no! Oh, Alex, I wish what could have been.
And then all the meth heads and child molesters that watch my show, literally, they'll think I'm powerful. Oh, you're such a big man, Hassan.
You guys are all meth heads and child molesters. Alex Jones called you guys meth heads and child molesters. Oh my God, I'm fangirling super hard right now. Oh man, that's great.
Okay, so yeah, this is a video of me making one of my little flutes.
I had no idea this existed. This is so good.
Flabby arms. I bet he's got some big old giant bitch tits. I'm sorry, it's a family show. Just go ahead and roll this.
This is awesome. America deserved 9/11, dude. F it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game.
Equipping and enhancing their capabilities.
We totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically.
Hey, pause again.
Did, man.
Back it up 10 seconds. Oh, like the Armenians deserved, because they were there before the Muslims took over Constantinople, and then you drove them into the mountains. But because they were Christian, they became still super wealthy because they were such good people.
Wait, what? Wait, did he just say that they were good people automatically because they're Christian, and they are wealthy because Christian people are good people and wealthy?
Named after the group that murdered them. And you've got a club, and you say you're coming for us. Let's continue with this psychopathic worm.
I wonder if he, is he trying to imply that I'm gonna kill Armenians or something? Like, what the fuck?
No.
Also, why the fuck would his audience care? Like, honestly, they're fucking Alex Jones fans. It's so weird. Holy
He's so intellectual.
Look at the way that this dip is running his mouth. I love that they're bleeping my words. This is a family show. As Alex Jones simultaneously is like making an argument about how Muslims are bad automatically and Christians are good and make a lot of money because they're good Christians. No. It's very weird, but you gotta, it's great. Justifying genocide right now. Like, how is anything I'm saying controversial?
This is a deranged pervert. I apologize having to play that for everybody, but that's why I was so angry this morning.
He had to pull a trigger warning on his audience, dude. He was so flustered and frustrated because his virgin ears had to hear those disgusting words, man. Alex Jones, who combats psychic pedophile vampires. Folks, listen. You already know it's AlexJones.com, Infowars.com. I'm locked away in a FEMA camp right now because Obabe, President Obabe, the Muslim Kenyan, has locked me away, folks. But I will prevail.
I don't know how to use this software either. This is
the demon of truth.
This is why I struggle.
With an earshot of Barack Obama. He smells like sulfur, folks. It's the truth. I got the documents. But then he's like triggered by a guy who says shit like that is triggered by what? Like something I said? That's awesome. Oh, that's so good. He's a deranged pervert. He's got meth heads and pedophiles in his audience. Oh, he said I got bitch tits. Alex Jones saying I got bitch tits is hilarious too. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is the perfect meme. I wish he ripped into me a little bit further. Look at this. Look at that. I'll bet he's got bitch tits under there. I'll tell you right now, I'll engage you in a spirited oil wrestling competition. Isn't that what you like? Isn't that what Turkish people like? They like doing Armenian genocide and also oil wrestling. I'll wrestle you, brother. I'll tell you right now, I'll let you do the hook. little known move in oil wrestling, which I know a lot about suspiciously, is when you put your finger in your opponent's butthole. Psychopathic pervert. I want him to do that to me. I want him to maneuver me. He's got flabby bitch tits. I know it. Unlike me, I got masculine, bodacious body built like an ox. Because I take alpha male supplements, as you all know. Go to alexjones.com. You can purchase my alpha.
Cool, man. So I was listening to Vosh earlier, and he was talking about making friends, incels, depression, and my cringe story.
The bubble you've built for yourself. Just or quadruple message sometimes. You're overly eager. That can be annoying, but like, okay, whatever. Inconsiderate behavior is doing
he's
that,
the main Breadtuber.
and then performatively apologizing and beating yourself up over it so severely that you compel the person who you annoyingly over-messaged to apologize to you and say the process for your personal well-being to develop as a person. It's possible to have bad influences, of course, but can't this be achieved through introspection? Certainly there are only some things that can be dealt with internally. Some things can only be dealt with internally, of course, but everything can't be dealt with introspection. I would say that most problems and most character traits can only really be developed through interaction with others.
Why is it not working?
Otherwise, you're just a... Introspection isn't your own voice, you know. When you introspect, you're actually listening to the voices of everyone else you've ever paid attention to, formed into an aggregate, and that speaks to you. There's no introspection is almost a misnomer. There's no real internal process there. You are who you are, and the process by which you form your thoughts and develop your opinions, like this is an autonomous process. When you listen to yourself, when you self-crit, you're not really listening to yourself. You're usually listening to perspectives of others that you have bottled up in your own. Perspectives you respect, but ones which you do not necessarily adopt.
Every time
anyway, yeah, you can't talk yourself out of loneliness.
Every time I leave this window, the browser window, it doesn't display
the time to
through
do so.
OBS.
I would really strongly recommend you try and go online and
it?
find if there are going to be any events like nearby. You know, a lot of you are probably nerds.
Oh,
right?
that works.
I imagine. I assume.
Okay.
I mean, I play Dungeons and Dragons and I play video games and stuff. Exactly, Hyena. A game shop is a really good idea. Find some people to play Dungeons and Dragons with. Or maybe just drop in and watch other people do it.
There we go. It's working.
You should go to social
so you have to be
events,
full screen.
not with the intention of making friends.
Screen.
You should go there with the intention of spending an hour or two outside of the bubble.
I think in OBS there's an option for that, but that's usually only in game capture. But
go there and interact with other people. Different types of people there are. There are so many different types of people. I mean, like, so many unique experiences. Especially in spaces like that, you know? What if we go to social events and nobody talks with you? That's fine.
How do I just mute?
Don't go to a social event like expecting to like bust out of your shell and make a bunch of friends. Go there, observe other people, try and feel a little comfortable. If you don't go to a social space ever, but then you manage to go to one and nobody talks to you, that's a huge success. Just having gone to one is a huge learn to bear the discomfort of going to a place like that and not being super social, then it will make it infinitely easier to bear the discomfort of going to one of those places and actually being social. I promise you. I tried that, but when I entered, they had a Kekistan flag up and were playing Nazi D&D. You'll have to find another shop and leave a bad review on Yelp for that place, okay? But Vosh, I feel like I'm annoying as fuck. There is no type of person more annoying than those who worry about being annoying. I would rather deal with a person who's annoying but doesn't know it than a person who is annoying and is anxious about it. Lots of people are annoying. Tons of people are annoying all the time. I'm a really fucking annoying person. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be like quirky or cute. Ask Hyena. Hyena confirmed. I'm a really fucking obnoxious person, right? Like, I'm constantly like jiggling your fucking boobies and loud. I just shout randomly. I'm like annoying. Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, holy fuck. Like, look, Hyena confirms, like right there. Like, I'm actually like really fucking annoying. It's totally puts on the big box frame glasses, and he's like, I'm actually something of a nerd myself. I played Call of Duty when I was in college. It's not like that. I'm actually a fairly obnoxious person, and it doesn't stop me from like meeting people, because there are different ways to be annoying. What many people call annoying is actually inconsiderate, and that is a bad thing to be. Annoying could mean maybe sometimes you're like a little obnoxious or a little too loud, or maybe you like press a little hard on a topic when you shouldn't, or you're a little you maybe talk a little bit too much about like this interest of yours or something. But being annoying is just a part of living. Some people are always going to find some people annoying. Annoying character traits can be sometimes endearing. I know Hyena sometimes appreciates me being annoying. This is all totally possible, totally doable, all good, all fine, It's all good. But inconsiderate behavior usually overlaps with annoying behavior, and the inconsiderate behavior is bad. So like Hyena just put out a really good example, right? You know what's really good and nice?
Shopscapes are very noisy.
This is really fun. So when you listen to a person,
there's me talking a little bit, and there's
rant about an interest of theirs in a really passionate way. But I find that very endearing. Okay,
so I have to go through.
If a person like, even if it's something I don't give a shit about, even if it's fucking sports. I don't care about sports, but then they'll I love you too, Hyena.
Okay.
But then they'll play like sports with, and they'll talk like, yeah, man. So like, I was watching the game last night, and holy shit, fucking NBA player like number 72, the way he like flipped around, and it's really incredible because last season it wasn't just on his B or C game, he was on his D game, Last season, like this guy was performing, like we could barely make it from one end of court to the other without like tripping on his shoelaces. But now he was running, he was swerving. His improvement is incredible, and I think he might get picked up or moved sometime next because now his team's a little bit strong.
Audio,
like it's this like
if you compress the video
thing,
speed,
and I don't give a fuck about sports. I genuinely hate sports.
Faster.
I don't give a fuck. But listening to a person who's passionate talk about something they're interested in is nice. It's nice. It's nice to be around passionate people. It makes life feel more lively, Especially if those interests are different than mine, because it's like, oh, cool, what an interesting world I live in. There are people who are like,
is where it drops out.
Who are like who like live completely different lives than me. Like my whole life is YouTube, Twitch, streaming, politics, art, video editing, and video games. That's my whole life can fit within that box easily. Like work out too and stuff, but like for the most part, those are my interests. That's what I am, but when I talk about my shit to other people, I can make it interesting, in part because I'm passionate about it, and in part because I'm a good speaker. But I know they find it endearing, and I find it endearing when they do it too. That's fine, even if they're a bit annoying. It's okay, it's cool. It's inconsiderate behavior that's the issue, and that's what you should be on the lookout for. Let me give you an example. Annoying behavior can be messaging a lot, for example. Like maybe you like triple or quadruple message sometimes, you're overly eager. That can be annoying, but like, okay, whatever. Inconsiderate behavior is doing that and then performatively apologizing and beating yourself up over it so severely that you compel the person who you annoyingly over-messaged to apologize to you and say, hey, it's okay, I'm still your friend. That is inconsiderate. Overeager messaging, that's annoying. Overeager messaging and then making it even more their problem by putting them in a position where they feel guilty and have to compensate for you, that's much worse.
I mean,
actually, most bad behavior stems from insecurity. Not all of it, mind you, but a lot of it. I mean, hell, even the lynchings that were done back in the KKK days, a lot of it was done out of like a pathological fear of the virile sexuality of the Negro. So when they lynched them, you know, before they died, they would cut their junk off because that's the junk that they would use to please white women better than the white man ever could, in their minds. It's insecurity. That's what it's based on. And following through that long lineage, I mean, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years back, you'll find that really most bad behavior does come from insecurity. I can tell you how many friends I've had. It's the insecurity that really bothers me. I don't have much respect for it. I have problems with myself that I want to work on, but I have a very strong, resolute feeling in my own validity as a person, you know? Even if I really fuck up, I never think like I'm a shit person. I think like, yeah, I've done really poorly here, but it just means there's more room to improve on. It just means there's more room to like rise up from that point. I always think that. I never think like, fuck, this is it. Like I'm a loser. I'm a fucking failure. And I've had faily elements to my life, you know. I did pretty badly in community college and high school. I didn't have a lot of friends and my grades were pretty terrible, and for a while I felt like I was going to be a fail son, you know. I wasn't going to be able to accomplish or achieve much. I think life was just not looking phenomenal for a while. But even through that process, I still had a unrelenting, unwavering faith in my own validity as a person. And as Hyena so aptly points out, usually that insecurity, that base fear, it does stem from trauma or abuse. And I'm not qualified to talk on that because I had very loving and caring parents. Yeah, people believed in me. Yeah. It really shows you how much having good parents matters. I really do have phenomenal parents. I talked to my mom for 20 minutes on the phone yesterday. It's always wonderful talking to her. My dad's awkward on the phone. That's his fucking problem, not mine. But I know how to do this. But I just talk with her. I fucking meme and cream. I treat her like a friend, you know. Right. I treat her like a friend who's unaware, who doesn't know about a third of the words in my lexicon, either because they're highly political or very meme internet culture, you know. I like this little distant shot. But I talk, and she's so nice. My family is so wonderful. My dad is works in Hollywood, and he's, I think, pretty well respected in his work. And my mom does administrative work. And my younger brother, who I had a bad relationship with for a long time, my younger brother now works as a chef, or a cook proper, not a chef. He's only like 20 or 21. But he's really, really good. He worked at like a 4-star hotel restaurant. I remember we went there the last time I went down to Los Angeles. We went there and
who cares,
right? he wasn't working that night. And he was really, really respected by the rest of the cooks there. Even though he's not mini Vosh, he's taller than me. He's 6'3". And anyway, we went there and we had food. It's a high class Beverly Hills hotel restaurant. So this is like he looks nothing like that. But it was a good restaurant, and we like had our food and stuff, and it was of course extraordinarily good. You know, I got like steak and anyway, as a thank you for my brother's work, the kitchen brought out a cutting board filled with steak and like really high quality food. Like it wasn't a menu item. They just they laid it all out on that cutting board, and it was because they respected my brother, and my brother told them that I was coming into town, and they wanted to, you know, sort of like, hey, you know, happy to see you all here. And it was maybe the best steak I've ever had. It was just extraordinarily good. It was like $100 of meat. Where does my family politically align? Progressive liberal, not leftist, but they're pretty progressive. It was really, really fucking good.
Perfect. Okay.
God, that was such good meat, Hyena. Did I use ketchup? No, God.
Why would you put ketchup on a good steak?
I don't put ketchup on bad steak. I wouldn't put... Actually, if it's like bottom tier steak, if it's literally like trash steak, and like you just like, oh fuck it, like, oh this fast food place is selling like a steak, sure, let's try. Yeah, it's basically just a burger. At that point, yeah, sure, pepper, salt, maybe I'll dip in a bit of ketchup just for that like tang. But real steak, no. Oh yeah, I absolutely felt like a fucking during that meal. 100%. It was a good ass meal though. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at here, I had a really good family. And because of that, I lacked for self-esteem because my parents were always really supportive. My dad was kind of a dick at times, but I think he had like a really stressful job for a couple of years. It kind of fucked with his mood, but now he feels a lot better. Now he's just super kind and nice and stuff, which is good. And for that, like I just that's an issue. It's really unfortunate and demoralizing because I don't know how much of people's insecurity is exclusively attributable to trauma or other forms of like mental illness that can't really be dealt with, like in a pep talk, you know. And I don't really relate to insecurity that much. I'll say this though: if you want friends, all you need to do, it's like every other skill in the world. Guys, I'm going to ask chat, and I want actual answers. What is the first step to learning how to play the guitar?
Learn the chords. But I don't agree with that, actually. I think the best way to learn an instrument is just pick it up and start playing it.
A lot of you answered slightly different but fundamentally similar things. The first step is to pick one up.
Yeah.
I guess buying it would be before that. An interest would be before that. But a lot of you already want friends, so the interest step has already been done. You could say going into the guitar store or buying the guitar or picking it up, but they all fundamentally mean the same thing. The first step to learning how to play the guitar has nothing to do with playing the guitar and everything to do with putting yourself in proximity with a guitar. And it's the exact same way with making friends. It is the exact same way. If you want friends, if you want to meet people, just find a game shop. Find a bookstore. Find a place where there are, maybe not a bookstore these days, but there are things to do in most areas. If you live in a really small Midwestern town, maybe you'll have a little bit more trouble, but I'm willing to bet that even in small, shitty Midwestern towns, as long as the population is in the 5 digits, Godspeed if it's not, I'd be willing to bet somewhere there is like a coven of trees. Somewhere. I'm willing to bet that. I can't show it to you, but maybe, you know? It's probably there.
Still have a lot to go.
I live in a town with 700 people. I can't help you with that one. I'm really sorry. What if I don't care about having friends? Oh, then that's fine. Then if that's your desire. In my experience, most people who don't care about having friends are only doing it because they're afraid of being hurt, and they actually secretly do want friends. Even if you live in a really small community, friends can still be made. You'd be surprised. Anyway, the first step is to pick up the guitar, or to just go to a place where there are people. And you don't do it. You never pick up the guitar with the expectation that you're going to belt out a song the first time you play it. Usually you just pluck experimentally at strings and chords and fuck around with the finger thing, and you probably like your fingernails are too long and you like hurt yourself plucking the string in the wrong way. That's a part of the process. It's an essential first step, and it's the same way with making friends. You just have to put yourself in proximity to them, grow comfortable. And when you're comfortable being around human beings, I mean, maybe you worry for your own character. Maybe you think you're too annoying to such and such and such to attract friends. there are some really fucking obnoxious people who have friends. Like me.
No.
It's probably not as hard as you're making it. I can only deal in statistics here, but statistically, the likelihood of you just being insecure and more worried than you deserve to be is likelier than the likelihood of you actually being like unworthy of having a friend and incapable of finding one. Here. You know?
Remove. No. Make.
Usually the first step is dealing with the self-deception, insecurity, depression, anxiety, and all the other things that teach you to lie to yourself. Usually those get in the way. And they're obstacles. They're real in the sense that they affect your life, but they're very much not real in the sense that they're not really based on reality. Usually, I mean, maybe if you like compulsively projectile vomit at people, I think that'd be a reasonable thing to be anxious about. But for the most part, I think a lot of you guys are more capable of having friends than you give yourself credit for. And if there are problems in your character or personality, those things become more evident and thus easier to deal with when you have friends. And if you fuck up a few friendships, that's fine. I mean, so haven't people fucked up friendships with you?
Really fucking hard to use.
There are so many people out there who the only standard to which they hold themselves is the standard of success. But success is a statistical improbability. Most friends are going to leave you, or you're going to leave them. Life is hard and complicated. People grow apart from one another. That's the norm. Finding long-standing, trusting, mutual friendships is... well, it's difficult. So don't hold yourself to that standard. Hold yourself to the standard that other people live through most of the time. Friends are sometimes temporal and difficult to find time to spend with. And sometimes they're a little annoying. But it is only through putting yourself through that, meeting new...
That's good. Like, you're speaking to someone who really needs your help. I don't need that help. Okay, this is Xander Hall. Kid. He's big on, like, he's a cisgendered, white, heteronormative boy. A young man, I should say. But he definitely like defends. He's an ally to the trans people, and that's pretty cool. So I support him. You know, like he's been how do you say it? He uses the word retarded and retard because he's a gamer. You know, don't we all us gamers, we always use it. So he's been accused of being ableist. But other than that, I don't even care about that really. I mean,
all right. This is going to be camera, chill out. This is going to be my advice. It's going to be advice for the technical side of things, the ideological, rhetorical, and argumentative side of things, and the marketing side of things. Because even though we are anti-capitalist, you do have to be good at marketing in order to succeed online. Okay.
Get rid of these things?
I've always been of the opinion that for leftism to spread as effectively as possible, you need more leftist content creators. You need more breadtubers. You need more of all these things to spread our ideas around. This is the most effective way to do so, okay? The best thing that you can do is use everything that you have at your disposal to make sure that your content is high quality.
It's gone.
Now, when I say high quality, I'm not talking about like lighting in the background like I have and like or like something like ContraPoints. You don't need to do that. Oh, I would argue my content, technically speaking, and I say technical in the sense of technology, is high quality. I have a nice camera. I have a nice computer for streaming. I have a good format, a good layout. I would argue a pretty recognizable, clean-looking brand that pulls people's eyes towards me. This is something that you need to find out right away. Put some thought into it, okay? Find out what your brand is going to be. Don't just be a Destiny copycat, or a Vosh copycat, or a Xanderhall copycat, or a ContraPoints copycat, or a PhilosophyTube copycat. Don't do that. Now, I understand that it's likely that you may be heavily influenced or inspired by those people, and that's fine. You may even share many of their mannerisms. I know when I first started, I shared a lot of mannerisms with Destiny and Vosh. Vosh was the same, sharing a lot of mannerisms with Destiny. This is just what happens when you look up to a particular figure. You're going and watch a lot of their content. You're going to adapt a shit ton of their mannerisms, ways of speaking, all of those things. That's fine. Many people, if you end up being inspired by those individuals and that influencing you to make your content, are going to accuse you of being a copycat. Ignore it. Don't worry about it. I know it fucking sucks. I get it all the time. But realize that every single popular content creator, political and otherwise, holy shit, we got a fucking bot raid in my Twitch chat. Good thing I don't good thing I don't care about Twitch chat. Every content creator online, whether they're political or not, was inspired by somebody else. They were inspired by another creator that they follow, and that influenced a lot of their mannerisms. But over time, you start to adapt and create your own brand. You can probably notice this. If you go back to like a year ago, a lot of my mannerisms and the way that I spoke and the way I presented my content resembled Destiny and Vosh a lot more. Nowadays, I would argue I've more or less created my own brand and style of going about things. Going about debates, going about explaining my positions, going about responding to videos, going about explaining topics, all of these things. I feel like I've done a really good job of consolidating my own sort of personality and brand, right? And this takes time. This can take a year. It can take years to solidify your brand. But you should start thinking about it before you start making the content. Figure out what you want to do.
Wow, I was still using my headphones, my Bluetooth headphones for
figure out
protection.
What kind of content you want to do. You should start with your brand. I'm going to start by recommending usernames. Don't have a dumb username like, I don't know, Pig Puncher. Don't have a dumb username like that. Ideally, when you're trying to market yourself, you want a short, concise username that's as recognizable as possible, a unique, and doesn't have a lot of syllables. Vosh's name is a perfect example. It is not a noun for another thing in the world. It's recognizable. When you hear Vosh, everyone knows what you're talking about. There are no other people online named Vosh. It's one syllable. It's 4 letters. It's 5 letters. It's 5 letters. Really good name. Xander Hall's okay. It's recognizable. It's a bit woven into my own name, so it matters to me. And, you know, it's only 3 syllables. But you want to stay below 3 syllables if you're going to have a username. It's good for marketing, okay? And you know, so figure out your name and your brand before you even get started. Now, next you need to figure out what content you're going to do, okay? Now, you may want to do anything from video essays, the likes of Sean and 3 Arrows, like independent movie, educational documentary type content like Philosophy Tube or ContraPoints. You may want to do live streamed response videos like me, Vosh, and Destiny do, and you may even want to do things like reviews of theory and sort of making content that's meant to boil down theory to the essentials, so people don't have to read the dry literature, and make it more accessible to an average audience. There are all sorts of things that you can do in regards to making leftist content online. Okay. Figure out what you want to do. Keep in mind, though, that if you want to build an audience initially, you should probably start with a little bit of prepared content. This is what both me and Vosh did before moving into political content, like live streaming. Let's go ahead and take a look at both me and Vosh's channels and see what we put out first to build our initial audiences. Now, Vosh had the benefit of originally being part of Destiny's community, so he has that on his end, but you have to build your audience, because let's say you're trying to do streaming, which is going to be mostly what I give recommendations for, because that's what I know the most about. You can't just start your stream one day, record, not have any viewers, and then just upload that. Nothing's going to happen, right? You're not going to grow, okay? You need a base audience to support you when you stream. And then the videos that you make from those streams, which you have to make, you can't just stream, are going to bring new people in that come and watch your stream, right? So if we go back and we look at Vosh's oldest content, for example, you can see a substantial amount of his very first videos, up in his first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, yeah, about his first 6 videos were all prepared content. A video about enlightenment.
Kitty's not really playing outside because the other cat scared her. Okay. Okay. I know I didn't get much editing done, but
this
is
I'm gonna
do this for a few more
this
minutes,
is the perfect example.
Stream, but,
how to trigger reactionaries
I'm going to
with facts and logic. Very
phone.
good video, prepared content.
I'm going to stream later from my phone at the shop because I have another flute just like the one I'm working in this video. I'm building a little flute really quick, and then maybe I'll do some welding, some TIG welding on this magic wand that I need to finish. So yeah, I'll be streaming later today from a new format that I've just started developing. I mean, I'm just trying it out, but I'm using a thing called Streamlabs, which is a Android app, or it's an app that runs on my Android phone, and then I can stream from Streamlabs. Kitty, get the fly! Get the fly, Mitten! She's been hunting flies. So then I stream from Streamlabs to Restream, and then Restream streams to YouTube, and then also streams to Twitch. All from my phone. It's pretty sick.
Even if you don't want to make this kind of content, you should make a couple videos like that to bring in an initial time. This can take a year. It can take years to this is time. This can take a this is the perfect example. How to trigger reactionaries with facts and logic. Very good video, prepared content. Even if you don't want to make this kind of content, you should make a couple videos like that to bring in an initial audience and start getting people to your channel so you could start, getting a base audience. Let's go ahead and look at my videos and see what I started doing political advocacy with. Go back to my videos based by oldest. Now, obviously, you have a lot of
putting on a belt.
You have a lot of Minecraft stuff. Most of my videos on my channel from before this, a lot of Fortnite and Minecraft videos are all now privated because I don't want people to stumble across that, come see my current content and be like, what the fuck? So I started with a few commentary videos and then story videos. I did a video about the plight of the nice guys, the dudes who are like, oh, I'm a nice guy, but then girls don't go after them. And they get mad about it and end up being misogynist. That was kind of Breadtube-y a little bit. But then I did my infamous not just gone off the deep end video. It was prepared content. It was short, digestible, fairly attractive thumbnail, I would argue, especially this one. I'm pretty proud of this thumbnail. I even did like the fading effect here. I made a follow-up video on the notch thing. I made a video about anti-SJWs being basically SJWs, and then I made my 2 notorious videos about how I fell down the alt-right rabbit hole. Oh yeah, this is real, by the way. If you guys want to hear some of the first drama I ever got into, check out this fucking video. Back when I did gaming content, I had a dude who was like a fucking creepy stalker going after a younger girl that was a fan of my content that was in my Discord server, and I ended up calling him out on it and banning him, and he went fucking insane and threatened to kill me because I banned him and stopped him from creeping on a 14-year-old girl that he was hitting on. He was like 17 hitting on a 14-year-old. I banned him from my community and told him off, and he had a fucking meltdown in my DMs. So I made a video about it to like warn my audience to stay away from the dude. That was like the first bit of drama I ever got into on my in my YouTube career. Start streaming. Basically any age. If you're like a squeaker, then you're probably getting a lot of shit for it. But if you can be like 14 or 15 years old and do fairly well. Based shit, and people love I started streaming when I was 18, so make a few prepared content videos that get big, that just get massive, okay? work on making thumbnails, you can get programs such as Sony Vegas for editing and Photoshop for making thumbnails for free. And basically what you're going to do is type out the thumbnail or the name of your video. Make sure you have like a pretty good name for your video, by the way. That's attractive. Type out the name of your video and like, I don't know, let's see. Steven Crowder is racist. Let's put that in. Now, if that's the title of your video, you go ahead and type that into rapid tags. You give it a minute. Boom. These are the most searched tags that go alongside Steven Crowder. You click copy, and you just Control V into your tags area. Boom, you've got yourself a pretty damn good. On top of that, you can also get an add-on to your Chrome browser called vidIQ. It's right here. You can install that. Basically, what it does is it's an add-on for YouTube that rates out of 1 out of 50 or how good your metadata is for videos. So it'll judge your title, it'll judge your thumbnail, and it'll judge your tags. And the closer to 50 that your tags are with vidIQ, the higher and more likely to be searched and appear in people's recommendations your video is. Very, very useful. Definitely use those. Make yourself Q. It's right here. You racist. Let's put that in.
Oh, you can't do.
Now, if that's the title of your video,
live cast.
You go ahead and type that into rapid tags. You give it a minute. Boom. These are the most searched. Like a pretty good name for your video, by the way. That's attractive. Type out the name of your video, and you give it a minute. Boom.
Look at that.
These are the most searched tags that go alongside Steven Crowder. You click copy, and you just Control V into your tags area when you upload a video. Boom, you've got yourself a pretty damn good bit of metadata. On top of that, you can also get an add-on to your Chrome browser called vidIQ. It's right here. You can install that, and basically what it does is it's an add-on for YouTube that rates at 1 out of 50 your thumbnails for free from certain places. Data of your videos Photoshop for making thumbnails for free from certain places. Go look it up. I'm not going to explain how. Make some attractive thumbnails. I use a website called Rapid Tags. Okay. What you're going to want to do, racist. Let's put that. And you just control an add-on for your tags and the click count, right? To get people interested in your content, to get your channel to, I would argue, get a few hundred to 1,000 subs, which you can do quite effectively if you make content like this and do the right thing with metadata and share it in the right places, which we'll get to in a second, okay? If you are somebody who has fallen down the alt-right rabbit hole like I did and got out, share your story. Make that video into a story and make it a good video. You want to make it something that people want to subscribe to. Videos about people escaping the alt-right rabbit hole are very good. And then you can get into streaming. So actually, no, really quick, I'm going to tell you how to share these videos. You should do this with all of your videos, but especially your prepared content. Now, there is a subreddit called... Come on. There is a subreddit called Breadtube. This is essentially a place where people post different lefty Breadtube-ish videos. Shit. And a lot of my early growth came from having my videos shared here. Originally, it was other people that did it, but eventually I learned how to do it myself. And I do post a lot of my videos on our Breadtube, and I get a fair amount of traction from that. Especially if you're a growing YouTuber or Breadtuber, share your videos on our Breadtube. If it's a good video, you'll probably get it. You'll probably get it pretty high up on the top page. You're gonna have a lot of new people discover your content. This, along with the good search engine optimization that you get from using rapid tags and vidIQ, will do a really, really good job of main subscriber base. Now, let's say you're interested in streaming, which is where this is going to go from now, doing content like I do. I'm going to give some advice when it comes to streaming, since that's what I'm most aware of. Now, once you've got yourself a base subscriber base, or a main subscriber base, right? You want to start doing streams. Streams are really good to do because, for one, streamers usually make more money than YouTubers of a proportional size to theirs, which means you will be able to sooner dedicate yourself to doing it for a job. And when you can make political propaganda for your job, which is what we do, Breadtube is political propaganda, when you can do it as your job, it means you dedicate more time to it and you're a more effective political interlocutor, right? So, big thing you need to learn to do, okay? Streaming software. You want to use Streamlabs OBS. That is the program you want to use. You'll have to make an account with Streamlabs. You'll need to make yourself a YouTube account, and you'll need to make yourself a Twitch account. Big fucking important thing, okay? Make sure that your Twitch account and your YouTube account have the same name, and obviously have like a pretty recognizable image. Now, for a while, you may have an issue with not really having a brand, like an image or a logo or art or anything to use for your channel. If you are a good artist, you should use your own art to start with. You really should. If you are an artist, draw yourself like a logo, or better yet, an avatar. Something that I learned just recently is that using a logo for your brand is not a good look. Using a logo for your brand isn't a good look. So for those of you guys that remember this, because it wasn't too long ago, it used to be that this was my profile picture on everything, just my logo. And granted, it's a good, recognizable logo. I found that people are way more attracted to my channel and to my social media. They're way more attracted to something like this. An animated avatar of you for your profile picture and for your online social media. Very good for marketing. Very recognizable. Kind of draws the eyes in. The brighter the better, because most people view YouTube and whatnot on dark mode. This is way better than just having a basic logo, okay? Way fucking better. Way better, alright? Now, you may be wondering in regards to channel art, because you do want to have some channel art. I would recommend that when you first start streaming, the first bit of money that you make, so this is one of the reasons why Streamlabs is so important, because Streamlabs allows you to put a link in your description of your stream and to regularly post it in your chat to a place where people can donate, despite not having, not being affiliated or partnered on Twitch, or not having your monetization on YouTube. It lets people donate to you despite not having those mainstream ways of donating, which means you can make a little bit of money. And you need money. You have to have money. As a creator, you need money. So this lets you make a little bit of money. And there are a few things you need to remember when it comes to spending that money. If you've just gotten started, chances are you're not doing this as a job. And so the money that you're making from streaming, I assume, in most cases, you are able to invest into making your stream better. This is very, very important. Look into my eyes and promise me you'll follow this rule. Whatever type of content you're making, particularly streaming, the money that you spend should always go at the forefront to things that make the stream better and more enjoyable for the viewers to watch, rather than for you to stream. I know it sucks. You may want an Elgato Stream Deck. You may want to get yourself the biggest, fanciest, nicest graphics card that just came out, but is that something you actually need for your content? And are your fans going to notice? Are your viewers even going to notice or care? No, probably not. Things that are really important. a nice camera, a decent microphone. Those are big ones. You can go from there. Like, prioritize what you want to spend your spare money on as you go down the road. And fairly high up on that list should be some channel art. You don't want your channel to just be some bullshit that, I mean, obviously, if you can make your own because you're a decent artist, then that's definitely better. Most people aren't decent artists. It used to be, for a long time, my channel art was some bullshit that I threw together in Photoshop that looked absolutely god-awful. Anyone who was around during those days knows what I'm talking about. But I was very lucky that I had a lot of fans early on that were artists, especially if you're a leftist. There are a lot of artists that are going to be in your computer or in your community. If you are if you're a leftist, you might be able to get some fans to make you some fan art. Use some fan art maybe as for your brand, or if you have enough money for it, go on Fiverr and find someone for a decent price on Fiverr to make you channel art. You pay them, usually a fairly, like, I paid about $100 for all of my channel art. I plan on, if in the future, and you should give them credit too, I plan on in the future when I get bigger and I have more money to spare, paying even more money to get some actual animated transitions and actual, like, animated channel art and stuff like that. Because right now what I have, while it's good, it's still a little thrown together and whatnot. Definitely use Fiverr for art and stuff to make your stream look recognizable and high quality, decent camera, things like that. Now, if you're streaming and you've now gotten, let's say you are now streaming and you're making content and you're streaming it as often as you can, what do you want to do? With my advice, to grow your channel and to sustain your life. This is what I do, and this is what I believe is probably the smartest way to go about things. Second? Alright. Let's go ahead and look at my video history. 14 hours ago, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 1 week ago, 1 week ago, 1 week ago, 1 week ago.
3, 7, 6. See,
I stream
addicted to this, and then I just want to keep going,
almost every, or I upload almost every single day. I still need to private or unlist this stream because it's showing up anything. I upload almost every single day, and you should attempt to upload almost every single day. Is there anything interesting that you notice about my thumbnails and my titles? Oh yeah. I made a video saying, hey, Twitter has a problem with pedophiles. Like bar ratioed! Yeah, it goes along. Yeah. Is there anything that you've noticed about my titles and thumbnails? I'll tell you. You want to include, no matter how long it makes the title, you want to include as much of the topic of the video in the title as possible, while also making it something that draws people's eyes, right? Look at this. Keemstar calls me, all caps, out and has an unhinged Twitter meltdown. Really good title, I would say. Not the greatest artist when it comes to Photoshop in the world, but pretty damn good thumbnail as well. Pretty damn good thumbnail as well. Does really good. You should upload every single day. Now, if you're doing a streaming format like I'm doing, and you have yourself Streamlabs OBS, what you want to do is set yourself to
I just need to do a little sanding.
Politics streams. A stream that's going to go on for a few hours, and you're going to cover a set amount of topics. Do what I do. Put the topics in the title, make it sound pretty good. And then you stream, and when you start talking about a particular topic that you want to make into a video, you press the record button, you say what you have to say.
Yeah, I just need to do a little sanding.
As soon as you're done, seamlessly press the stop recording button. Boom, you've got yourself a video there. Perfectly done. No need to edit. Just make yourself a thumbnail. Upload that shit. That's what I do. That's what I do. Now, obviously, you might feel the urge to edit it early on when you're not as good as at articulating yourself, but you'll get better at it with practice. It is unironically practice. Watch a lot of content that is similar to what you make, and you'll get better at making the kind of content you do. As time passes, as you get better at it, as you get more practice, you'll get better with rhetoric, with arguments, with debating, all of those things. At speaking, everything. On top of that, you want to upload very regularly. The more you upload, the more people see your content, the more views you get to your channel. Even if you don't get that many views on each video, those small amounts of viewers still pile up. You might actually make a fair amount of money from ad revenue after you surpass 1,000 subs. And you can actually start making money, maybe even do it as a job. Now, let's say you're around my size. Or let's say you're around 10,000 subs. Let's say you're bringing in 50 to 100 to 200, God, even 300 or more viewers on your streams, on your politics streams. You're actually doing pretty fucking good on your politics streams. A lot of people think that's it. You just keep doing that and your audience will grow. Well, that's not necessarily true. As a streamer, and I'm talking specifically to streamers right now, you have a responsibility to form and strengthen a bond with your audience in order to keep them around watching your content. And the best way to do that are gaming streams and other types of streams that don't necessarily involve pure politics. Gaming streams are really good. They're very nice for just sitting down, chilling, dipping into some light political topics, and talking to your chat. Having your chat build a bond with you. And forming a parasocial relationship. I know parasocial relationships are cringe, but as a streamer, you do have to form kind of a moderate, very slight parasocial relationship with your fans, for them to actually care about you enough to give you money so you can do this as a job and continue to make content, right? Like there is, like anyone who's donating to me, without a doubt, has some level of a parasocial relationship with me. Like, we all admit that, right? Like, hypers, if you recognize that as being true.
Hypers. That's a beautiful, look at that freeze frame. Okay. So.
Yeah, okay, good, right there. Not to mention all of you guys begged me to take off my shirt, so that should be pretty obvious right there.
377.
Pretty, you know, you need to form a parasocial relationship with your audience, which involves talking to them a lot. I'm gonna get into strategies for building a bond with your audience, retaining viewership, and gaining viewers. That's what I'm gonna do right now, okay? So let's talk about politics streams, and then we'll get into gaming streams. How to do these things on both. If you're doing politics streams, you don't want to have down moments, okay? Especially if you have a webcam, okay? If you have the webcam on you, no matter how exhausting it is, and at first it might be difficult, it doesn't seem too hard, I imagine. Once you try it, you'll realize how hard it is. You need to be moving around, being very emotive. Use your hands to talk. Look into the camera. Look into the eyes of your viewers. Respond to people in chat. Do that. Talk to people in chat. Ask your chat questions. Stoke responses from your chat. Bait your chat into typing things. If your chat is talking to you, typing in chat. If you're responding to your chat, if you're asking them questions, they're going to stick around. They're going to form a bond with you. They're going to engage in your community, and they're even going to be more likely to donate, sub, and or support you in other ways, whether it be sharing your content, liking your videos, commenting on them, viewing them, or even just offering you emotional support, saying, you're doing a good job, Xander Hall. Thank you for making content. I appreciate what you do. That's very, very important. Now, you can't let yourself get distracted by the chat whenever you're trying to...
It's enough for today. 1:55. Yeah, I'm really running late, but I'm on my way. Okay, Lightworks is really cool because you can just work on your project and then back out here, and it's all saved automatically. Everything you do is saved. Okay, that should kill that from my screen. I should kill that from the screen. There we go. It's all done. Okay, so I'll see you guys at the shop later on. This is Raka signing out with Living